Visit any of our locations or online at WTEquip.com. WT Equipment. Equip your future. Elevate your potential.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Showers and a chance of a few thunderstorms, especially early. We could see some periods of heavier rainfall. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s to lower 50s. An increase in a little sunshine later on Friday, a high in the upper 50s to low 60s, and then we could see a hit or miss shower on Saturday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Free online visit.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Tommy's right on this one. Do you feel? Let me ask you this.
Normal around here.
'Tis the season for Hardee's handcrafted goodness. Made from scratch buttermilk biscuits pulled fresh from the oven. The return of special traditions like salty sweet candied bacon. And faithful friends like Hardee's cinnamon raisin biscuits gathered near to us and served all day, all season long. From icing drizzled biscuits to savory charbroiled burgers, unwrap the holiday goodness of Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon. Available for limited time at participating locations. Items may vary.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I had a dream the other night that Chuck gave me a hug. I don't remember much else about it.
We need to unpack this.
And then you woke up. I think it was like a sad moment, and Chuck came up and gave me a hug, and I immediately woke up because I know that ain't happening. I was like, what is happening here?
I would give you a hug in a trying
I've
moment.
never seen
it. Or after a big win or a trying moment.
A big win.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Safe Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I got to admit, the time off's been good. But I'm dying to get back on the air, man. I mean, we got so much going on. I'm so ready for bowl season to kick in.
You couldn't find anybody to listen to you over the holidays?
That's exactly what happened. I had all these things to say.
Yeah.
I had a lot of things to say, and every time I'd start talking, people would walk out of the room. So you guys are captured now. And so it's nice to be back on the air today. Hope everybody's having a great holiday season.
Captive audience. How was your holiday?
Well, it was good. Yours?
That was it? You said, This is like talking to my 13-year-old daughter. How was your day at school?
Well,
good.
Well, no, I mean, it was fine. It was good. Had an opportunity to be around family and friends and the whole deal,
and get out of there in an appropriate
all that stuff.
time.
And find an exit plan and get out of there. You know how it works.
That is the key. We should have gotten into this. Some real tips. I don't know that.
What's your exit plan?
Right, and how to enter and exit. and
That's
keep
right.
keep anything from going, too terribly south in the middle, and it's a successful holiday. You
That's
you
right.
just kind of like for 6 hours, it's gonna not be about me today, and figure out how to exit gracefully and without any roadkill, as Nick Saban used to say, leaving SEC media days. You don't want to leave there with any roadkill.
Well, when you get to the what are you up to these days stage of the afternoon after Christmas dinner, it's time to start thinking about getting out of there.
Yeah. They're not just talking about your professional world.
No, absolutely not.
It's just gossip
what have you
for
been
the
up
rest
to
of the
means
year.
That's exactly right.
So then you can
That's
talk to the
exactly
other
right.
relatives about it later when you leave.
That's right.
Bart,
Because they know you're leaving.
How was Bart came in dressed today like he got everything he wanted for Christmas, Chuck.
Wow.
I mean, he's got
None of this is new.
Black,
Chuck, nothing
red,
I'm wearing is
He's got a
new.
black, red, white combination going on that any equipment manager in the country would be jealous of.
Wow.
Well, Bart's one of the few people I know that dresses for radio. And, he's had all these outfits he's been dying to wear all week. And so finally you've got a chance today. It's a nice hat.
It is. It's just a really, really, I don't even know what to say.
Well, it's
kinda
game
hat.
day.
It is
game day.
It is game.
It is game day.
He looks like he could coach today. He got
really
the red, white, and black hat on. He's got the red and white Arkansas sweatshirt on that's got some sort of gray crew neck around it. And he's got blacks, joggers.
Yeah, they're joggers.
And black and white Nikes.
Wow,
I mean, he could leave. He could leave here, Chuck, get to Beale Street before the game. He would immediately get out of his car, start walking, and people would follow him. They'd be like, that guy's hosting a pregame party.
Oh, boy.
Where is he going? We want to
Put a
go
whistle
Tokyo
around his
Sullivan's.
neck. Put a whistle around his neck, and everyone would be calling him Coach when he walked down the
that
street.
too.
Hey, Coach, good luck
that
tonight.
Too. That
Good luck
too.
tonight,
Yep.
man.
He'd change hats. He'd be like the band director or cheerleader coach. I don't know.
Oh, man.
But you look like you are spot on today. By the way, Chuck's in Memphis.
I am.
We're all in Fayetteville. We'll talk about Memphis in a second. Edward, how was your Christmas? Is this your first Christmas with as a dad?
First Christmas as a dad.
Wow.
It was fun.
That's great.
It's a good time.
Oh, a lot more of that to come.
Yes.
Man.
He's very spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
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 A little too much.
Well, raise your hand as a parent if you've lived up to your word over the years that you're only going to buy X number of gifts.
It's a grandparents.
That's
It's
true.
the grandparents.
That's true too.
Carfuls.
That's true
and
too.
Everything has his name
right,
on it.
Right. But then here's the other thing that starts happening. Like there
And
was
he's
a
7
point-
months old.
there
He's
was-
7 months old.
7 months old. Not going to remember any of it. It's like when on this topic, when one of these great moms, they're like, he's 1 year old today, and we got to have the biggest party, and you're like, he's not getting, and they're stressed out, running around, and you realize it's not about the kid, it's about them having a wonderful looking party.
Oh, yeah.
That's what grandparents. It just makes them feel better.
Yeah. It was a good time, though.
Take
It was
pictures
good.
so he'll remember.
Yep. That's right.
Because otherwise,
lots of pictures,
he
lots of
won't
presents.
know anything about it. But that is, congratulations.
Thanks.
That's really cool. But also, you'll never stick to the amount of gifts that you tell your kids that you're going to buy them. Like it's totally out of control.
We're going to have a small Christmas this year.
Yeah,
We're going to have a small Christmas
We're going
this
to do
year.
the gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Okay, we're
That's
going to do
right.
it like out of the Bible. You're going to get 3 gifts, and then. But Santa delivered. Just like, what? That's not the count. Or here's one. Like, a family will save up all year, and they'll be like, you know what we're going to do this Christmas? We're going to go on a cruise. Or we're going to go to the Bahamas. We're going to do a destination. So nobody's getting a gift. But we're like, we had some money left over from Dad's bonus, and we finished the pool. Chevy Chase, if you didn't watch, Christmas Vacation this year, shame on you. But here we go. We're going on this vacation. And then what happens? Well, we got to have at least one present to open, on this vacation. I mean, it just never ends. I have come up with, and if we don't want to talk about the reason for the season, okay, we have the reason for the season. See the nativity scene. The reason for the season. Beyond that, Christmas is a giant scam. It's
not
a
sure I've
giant
ever heard
scam.
that take before.
It's a giant scam. The rest of
I
it's a
thought that
giant
was
scam.
Valentine's Day. I thought Valentine's Day was the big scam.
How about
That's
we,
next?
How about we are living in a scam daily?
Well, maybe.
We
maybe.
got what's today's national day? I'll prove it to you right now. There it is. National Fruitcake Day. Scam.
Ooh.
Scam.
For all the leftover fruitcake
Yeah.
that has not been eaten.
National Fruitcake Day. Well, anyhow, happy holidays for
Bo, how was your Christmas?
That was great.
I feel like this
Yeah,
is all
of
set up
course,
to.
Bo.
Listen,
Come on.
No, it was great. I did something I've never done before. I was not home for Christmas. So I had the kids last Christmas, and then we did a little Christmas before I went on assignment to Penn State. I feel like, Chuck, I've lived a year in 7 days. 7 days ago, we left this show. I got on an airplane and went to State College, and I got home yesterday.
You've been wearing a coat for like a dead solid week.
100%.
This has got to feel tropical to you.
I don't know how I feel. My nose is running. I'm not sick. Monday, I was deathly sick. Out of nowhere.
Everyone I know that goes to the Northeast comes back sick.
I didn't get back. I went from Penn State to New York. I'll tell you about that in a second. I Monday or middle of the night, Monday morning, 2 a.m. I wake up and I'm sick. Like just chills. I'm like, I'm in New York for 5 minutes and I've got COVID.
Yeah.
And,
that's what I would have thought.
Yeah. So like I think, I'm gonna be down for like 2 days, but by like 8 o'clock that night, I had mentally defeated it.
Well, it's fresh air. It's fresh air.
Mentally defeated.
Yeah.
You can mentally defeat a cold.
So
You can.
I went out into like 18-degree weather, walked around in the city, had some dinner, went to bed, got up the next day, felt like a new man.
Well,
and
it's the power of fresh air
Yeah.
in the city and energy and adrenaline and all that stuff.
All that. Couldn't miss the Rockettes at Radio City Music Hall.
How was it?
Christmas Eve. It was almost as good as the last time I was there.
I walked by that
When Darren
studio,
McFadden
but
was
I didn't go
drafted.
in. Yeah.
That's the last time I was at the Radio City Music Hall.
Oh, I forgot that's where it
That's
was.
where the draft was.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But it was spectacular, to be honest. I mean, you're watching the best in the world
Well,
at what they do.
anytime you watch the best at what they do, you're going to be entertained most of the time.
It was long.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Now the truth comes out.
It's like about 80
Hour and a
minutes
half,
in.
2
yeah,
hours?
it was 2 hours.
Something like that, 2
About 75 minutes in. I was like, I think an hour would have been good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would have
this
thought
is
the same
great,
thing.
but
I
I think an hour would have been great.
It's like, it's like going shopping. You're good for a certain period of time, but after that, anything that comes out of my mouth, I'm not going to take responsibility for at the end of the day.
I fade fast on shopping.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So another, we checked the boxes in New York, but it was great to spend. You asked about Christmas. It was great to spend Christmas
good.
in New York. By the way, everything's open.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of here. Like if a place is closed, like we went to Times Square on Christmas night, just at night, see all the lights and all the stuff and all the pomp and circumstance. And like if a store is closed, it's unusual. Like the Hershey store was closed.
It's the money season for them.
Yeah, it's like finding a place to eat, say like Christmas for lunch, is not a problem. Getting into a place you want to get into might be a problem because there's so many people.
Yeah.
But it was, it was straight. So Christmas Eve, I did what any good American would do, and we went to Chinatown and negotiated.
Sure.
Watches, purses, Apple AirPods. I got some brand new Apple AirPods. See, I didn't care. I was just, how you just say no when people come by.
Yeah. Right.
And some guy's got like a brand new, he's got Apple boxes like iPads and AirPods. I mean, if they're fake, I don't know how they got that good of a fake, but it's whatever. So I'm like,
they were hot. That's a different
that's
deal.
what it was. Had to be.
Okay.
So, I only found this out later because I was like, he kept throwing numbers out and I just said $20 and he said no. And I just kept walking and he gave me another number and I said, I got $20, man. And I took another step and he goes,
Skillful
fine.
negotiation.
Fine. So for $20, brand new AirPods, the same ones that I paid probably $350 for in New Orleans a couple years ago.
Wow.
I'm
got
like,
cops on your door, though. You're going to have cops at your house before it's over. I mean, you're dealing stolen property.
Here's the great idea I came up with for a TV show while I was in New York. What if you let's just be completely legal about it. What if you bought a really expensive watch, you put a tracker in it, and you gave it to a homeless person?
Yeah, that would be good.
Just to track where the watch goes from there. Like if they sell it, and just see where it goes, and do that with multiple things. I think we have a TV show. It's like Live Cops, but it's like, where's my watch?
There was a movie years ago about a dollar bill. They kind of did that. And they traced the life of a dollar bill. And as you can imagine, it made the rounds.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah, it
Money
made
is
the
so
rounds.
dirty.
Oh,
so
gosh, you never know where it's been.
By the way, I remember when we were at COVID. It's probably been 4 years since I've been in New York. I don't know. Yeah, 4 or 5. And I remember during COVID, like we couldn't touch anything.
Yeah.
You know, and there's hand sanitizer everywhere. Well, I just want you to know that's out the window.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw when you were there. That's out the window.
Nah, that's never going to be accused of being the cleanest place.
No. No, it's
just not.
Food's great though. A lot of walking.
It is.
The Rockefeller tree was great. It was great. Had a great time.
Well, that's good.
Glad to be home. I'm leaving for LA on Monday. I need to tell you guys.
Ooh, okay.
The college football
Pasadena?
playoff has its thumb on me. I'm going to go to the Rose Bowl, work that game.
You got any pull with those guys?
I'm about to say.
No, none.
You
That's
got any
part of
pull
the
with them,
problem.
really?
What do you need to know?
I mean,
what do you want?
well, I mean, we had an unnecessary weekend. So, now we're getting into the games that matter. And so I guess everybody will forget the unnecessary weekend.
Let's talk about that when we come back.
All right,
Let's
fair
recap,
enough.
but we haven't been live on the air in a week. Chuck's mad as hell that we haven't been on the air live.
No,
in a
really,
week. He
I'm
wants
not
to talk.
mad. I've just been ready to roll.
He wants to
I'm
talk.
ready to
and I
roll
spent
right now, Bo.
He was ready to talk, and we hijacked the whole segment away from him.
That's right.
So when we come back, Chuck's going to talk for a while for therapeutic reasons.
I got some things to say to you people.
December 27th, we're less than 12 hours away from Arkansas in the Liberty Bowl, 6-16. Good morning. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me? The Chuck and Bo Show.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmer. And it's a great time to be a Razorback.
Embrace the ho!
Whether it's a touchdown, a slam dunk, or a grand slam.
Big Susie, they were doing all the stuff. I went in there to get something to eat, and they're cheering. I'm like, what is going on here?
We're here with the excitement and insight you crave.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now, you know.
It's the Razorback Daily from the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
Is your hot water heater letting you down? No one likes cold showers. We want to be able to count on our hot water. And that's why Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric has an offer that comes with the peace of mind I value. Get this, for just $17.76, you can get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopascal.com and don't worry about hot water anymore.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
I like craft beer. I do. You guys always think I'm like the biggest dork on the face of the earth. The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions, graduations, birthdays, Valentine's, baby showers, and more, including New Year's celebrations. Party supplies for 1 to 100, located in Fort Smith and Conway.
It's time to party.
Welcome to the party place. Let's party.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
Get ready for your party at the Party Place.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Harry Robinson, Saddle Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Saddle. This is the weekend to get by and see us at Harry Robinson. Get your name entered in the test drive giveaway. Troy, Harry's giving away another vehicle in time for New Year's.
Yes, I know, and I'm excited about it. You know, last time we did this, there was a huge turnout. Tons and tons of people. I mean, we sold a bunch of cars. We gave some stuff away on top of a free car. So come out here and see us. If you're looking for a steal of a deal on a new Ford, this is where you're going to find it. Harry Robinson, Saddle Ford, where all remaining 24 Fords are going to be 15% off of MSRP. Nobody else is doing this. Let us save you some money.
Have you ever had more vehicles than you have now in stock?
No, this is the most inventory. Me and you've been here since opening day, Tommy. We've been doing this a long time, and you know this is the most inventory that we've ever had at this single location. So we have the selection, we have the inventory. Come down here and see us at Harry Robinson, Saddle Ford.
The test drive giveaway. Harry Robinson, Saddle Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308.
And I want to make this very clear. We're going just like Coach is to
Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I remember Clay, you know, when he wore shorts and hush puppies and drove a Honda Accord. Now he's got a truck with a rack on it, and he's like hitting deer and, you know, living out in the country as a rural mountain man. It's unbelievable. Hey, you hit a certain age, man, you hit that crisis, and there's no looking back.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
And I want to make this very clear. We're going just like Coach is to win, and we've got who we have, and you will not hear me say, oh, well, we don't have. No, hell no. We got enough players here to go out and perform well, and that's the expectation. That's what we're going to do.
Sam Pittman, news conference yesterday.
They're here.
Liberty Bowl. I like
you know,
this.
It's interesting.
This is. Did you say this at all over the holidays?
And you will not hear me say, "Oh well, we don't have." No, hell no.
Did you do that at all over the holidays?
We don't have. No, hell no. I didn't say it quite like that. I'm not saying those words didn't come out of my mouth over the holidays,
Chuck,
but it might not have had anything to do with that.
Did you buy me a new car for Christmas?
No, hell no.
How much of this was?
No, hell no.
I love it. That's so Coach Pittman too.
That is good.
How is everything in Memphis?
You know, I filled out during the week, you know, all the boards and stuff for the game, and filled in a few names I hadn't filled in before. There's still plenty of guys to play. I mean, we focus on the guys that aren't here, and that's understandable. But you know, they're gonna. I mean, you look at their defensive front. They're gonna start guys who've played all season long. Same for the linebackers. Same for the secondary. All these guys have played all season long. The area on the other side of the ball obviously is a little bit more glaring, but it's that way for Texas Tech too. You know, they got some guys up front that are going to make their first starts tonight. I don't think this All-America running back for him is going to play. This will be a competitive game. I don't know that it's going to be, you know, the best game of the bowl season, but you know, if you're an outsider looking in, 2 years ago that Kansas game was pretty entertaining, and I don't know that this one's going to be like that, but I think it's going to be an entertaining football game tonight.
I like the way the game sets up for Arkansas. By the way, Taj Brooks, who Chuck mentioned, is the 8th high leading rusher in the country.
Yeah.
1,500 yards rushing, 27 touchdowns. He's been, I guess he's 12th in the country. But anyhow, he's been the quarterback's 12th, the running back's 8th. Anyhow,
yeah.
The offensively.
Quarterback's out. He's not playing.
So the quarterback's out, the running back's out. The strength of their team's been offense. Like they've given up 35 points or more 8 times this year, but they've scored 40 plenty of times.
Their top receiver's gone.
So their offense is their strength, but they're depleted there.
Right.
Arkansas,
both sides are.
Arkansas's defense. How depleted is Arkansas's defense?
It's really not.
So that's why I like how it sets up for Arkansas.
Now look, they're not as deep up front, whereas Rhodes is going to start, but Rhodes has played a lot this year behind Jackson. He's played a lot. It's not as though Quincy's going to go out there and do something he's never done before, other than start the game. Cameron Ball's fine. Kiwi Rose has played a lot of football. June Kaj, if you really paid attention, June Kaj took Davier's job, and that's the reason Davier left. Or at least part of the reason Davier left. June Kaj beat him out, and that was coming off some injury. So I think they're okay there. Collins will play. Jeff Rard's played a lot. Their linebackers are fine. It's basically the same guys in the secondary minus T.J. Metcalf. So I think they got enough guys to field a team.
877-377-6963 is our number. We're live for the first time this week because there's a game tonight, and Chuck's calling the game. And when Chuck's calling games, we get up early and we start letting people know Chuck's calling a game tonight. Dang it.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
It's the Liberty Bowl. It's 6 o'clock. It's going to be on ESPN. So Ty, my son, is over at the game.
I saw him last night.
You saw him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to tell you where he was, but he was there.
Great. Grown man, 18. I kind of, I don't know, man. He told me, he's like, I'm on Beale Street right now. And I said, leave immediately.
Yeah.
He did not. And then
he was well taken care of. I mean, Sawyer was there. So yeah, I'm sure everything was fine.
Yeah. They went to Rendezvous. I did get pictures of ribs.
Yeah.
But Bart's over here barbecue snobbing already. And I knew as soon as I said it.
Yeah, I know.
He's over there with the bitter beer face. Well, come on, what? Come on, you Memphis barbecue snob. Give it to us.
Yeah, well,
give it to us.
Rendezvous's great. Let me say that. Rendezvous.
Oh, we'll say it in a condescending tone.
It's the tourist trap, though. It's the tourist trap of barbecue spots in Memphis. It's not like their barbecue is good. It's not where you're going to find the best barbecue in the city.
But here's where you're missing the point.
anytime somebody I know goes to Memphis and they don't ask me, hey, where should I go? And then they end up going to Rendezvous. I'm like, you've missed an opportunity here.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Nah, see, Bart, here's where you're missing the point. It's the energy and the atmosphere that makes the food taste better. You don't feel it because you're a Memphis guy. But the rest of us who don't get over there all that often, we go to the Rendezvous. We talk to the waiters who've been there since before we were born, in your case. And we eat up the atmosphere. We drink it up. And that's what makes the food taste so good. What makes that cheese plate taste good.
Hey,
what makes that slab
excellent.
taste great.
Yeah, it's Herman's.
By the way,
it's Herman's.
By the way, I was talking to your son Ty last night, and apparently he put away the full slab with ease, and said he could have gone through another one. And I think even after the cheese plate and a full slab, he ordered dessert.
Yeah.
That was the word on the street.
Yeah.
So
I think that's true.
I think he was well fed.
We'll see if he can work today.
You got a big grocery bill, man.
Oh my gosh. We'll see if he can work today. Yeah, it's a we need him to go ahead and get on that college living arrangement for next year.
It's like a garbage disposal, man. I mean,
It's
put
crazy.
it in front of him, it's gone.
It's crazy, man. Can you imagine feeding high school football players like the senior group, like 40 or 50 of them, and the booster clubs that do that across the state, across the country? But if you're just talking Arkansas, we have no idea what kind of effort I mean, just your own kids. But imagine when you volunteer to like help an athletic program, and it's a boys program, and it's like 16 to 19-year-old kids, and there's like 100 of them. I mean, what you can't imagine the amount of food they go through. It's absurd.
Well, he's a growing boy.
Yeah, we've passed that stage. He's a full-blown grown man. But he was sending me.
I don't think he's done growing.
He was sending me pictures of the Peabody lobby and all this, and I was just thinking to myself, I'm not going to speak for anybody else, but I've been a little cynical about the whole Liberty Bowl thing. Like, whatever. Like, we don't even know who's going to be. And then you get closer to the game, and you realize, like, we got to quit being like this. We got to take opportunities and experiences for what they are. And they're going to play a football game tonight that a bunch of guys are excited to play in. They really are. I really genuinely believe every Arkansas player, to a man that's there, is going to be excited to play, and probably the exact same for Texas Tech. And if you're a fan, part of the experience is just that, going and experiencing Liberty Bowl festivities, all the great things. There are great things about Memphis. Even if you've been there before, if you have been there before, you probably know what they are, and you're going to go to this place and that place, and what's the Irish place?
Silky
Sullivan's. You're going to go to Rendezvous. You're going to go to Beale Street. You're going to check it out. You're going to hear some jazz or blues, or you're going to have a good time.
Here's the thing about bowl games, and I've been to several of them. They're dominated in terms of fans. They're dominated by families. And I promise you, the lobby of this hotel last night was filled with families. I doubt a 10 or 11-year-old kid's going to go home at the end of the week and be cynical about the Liberty Bowl. I doubt if your son Ty is going to come home and say, it wasn't a very big game, but I went. I mean, he's having the time of his life. And just because it's not important to you, and I'm using the collective you, but just because it's not important to you doesn't mean it's not important to somebody. And I've never been to a bad bowl. I heard Coach Pittman say this a few weeks ago, and I thought the same. I've never been to a bad bowl. I had a hell of a time in Shreveport. And I admit that's hard to do, and I was younger then. But
there's an event though, and there's people there, and there's other fans, and
it's fun.
You don't really get to that.
It's fun if you will allow yourself just for a moment. It's fun.
Just go have fun, enjoy it. And I think the game will actually be fun. We'll get into that. We'll get into the college football playoffs as well. Arkansas is playing tonight. What do you think, by the way, where Arkansas has landed in the portal, how you feel kind of going into this game? Are you excited to watch the game? I'm kind of excited to watch it. I don't really know what to expect, except I do think Taylon Green will be running all over the place, probably rush for 100 yards.
If you'll just watch the game for the game, and that's the thing about some of these minor bowl games, it may or may not mean anything next year. We don't know. I'm just going to make everybody feel better now if you win. There's no doubt about it. But we don't know the long-term effects yet. Nobody does of playing in what we're going to call a minor bowl game. But if you watch the game, just to watch the game. Like, for example, that Toledo 6 overtime game last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care anything about Toledo, and I don't care anything about Pitt. And my guess would be there are some Pitt fans who would sit there and just talk forever about all the things that are wrong with their program. Why we can't do this, why we can't do that. But yet, from the outsider's perspective, it's a very entertaining game. And that's what the bowl season's about. It's about ESPN putting on a series of entertaining games. Because here's the thing. We may be cynical about it, and Bo, you know this. There will be more people watch these minor bowl games that nobody cares about than will watch the overwhelming majority of regular season college basketball games, no matter how important they are to the conference race. Again, fan bases may be cynical about the games, but the general public is not. And that's why there are so many of them, and that's why ESPN keeps putting them on there. Because we may gripe about them, but we're watching because there's nothing else on.
Liberty Bowl tonight, 6 o'clock. We'll talk about it next, the portal next, the playoffs, 877-377-6963. You've been wanting to talk to someone. The people that you've been around haven't been listening to you. So we're going to give some latitude today. You can just kind of let it out.
And another thing.
Let me say this. Just let it out after Christmas. It's the Let It Out Day on the Chuck and Bo Show. Friday. Good morning.
I believe this is all your fault.
Yeah,
I believe
thank you.
both.
All right, thank you. And it's because he doesn't have YouTube TV, for starters.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The holidays are all about making moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, we're here to help you find a gift as special as the people you love. From sparkling diamonds to classic watches and colorful gemstones, we have something for everyone on your list. Stop by Blakeman's in Rogers and let us help you make this holiday one to remember. Because at Blakeman's, it's more than jewelry. It's your story. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank y'all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank y'all.
Green's going to throw on second down. Got some time now. It breaks down, rolls to his right, still looking. Now he's going to run. Inside the 35, inside the 30, far sideline of the 20. Cuts back. 15 coming to the near side to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate, or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution.
The bottom line about all this is that the guys that are here want to be here. They practice extremely well.
833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect. Changing the communities we serve.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
You sure? Because I won a spelling bee in the 5th grade, and I don't think there's an S in comfort.
Yes, Skechers, we put the S in comfort. Like our hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear that's completely touchless. You just step in and go. There's no bending down and no tying your shoes. And they have Skechers Air-Cool memory foam for incredible comfort. Because at Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Okay, well, I've got some Skechers slip-ins. Here, let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh, we told you.
See for yourself how Skechers put the S in comfort. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Chuck and I didn't talk for 4 years.
That's right.
And I was trying to find his email, and sure enough, it was there.
Last text I sent to Bo like 5 years
Right
ago.
before COVID.
Popped up.
Right before COVID. We didn't even check on each other after COVID.
It said, "Don't call me ever again," but I ignored that. I ignored that and called him back.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I did miss you over the holiday, Chuck.
Well, I missed all of you.
I missed
Miss Bart and
our
Edward,
crew.
you.
Yeah, I missed our crew, our morning therapy sessions during the breaks. And it's still not really complete because you're in Memphis and I'm in Fayetteville today. I wanted to be in Memphis today. I did. And
You've been a road warrior.
I have, and part of it's my own fault. Part of it's just the other job that I have, and which basically, not that anybody cares, but it's just most of December and January. It's the college football playoff time, and which we're going to get into. Chuck's got an opinion on the college football playoff, and we should get into, like, did you enjoy the games and all that? But we got Brent here. I want to take Brent's call. Liberty Bowls tonight. Again, Chuck's there. He's in the Peabody.
I am.
Ty. So what got me started on the whole Ty thing, and then him going, and then having this renewed perspective of him sending me these pictures and having this experience. It's cool for him. Like, it's cool for people.
That's right.
And by the way, it'd be cool for me. Like, I'm sitting here lamenting the fact that I'm not there because I've kind of got all this other travel, and it was just, if it was 2.5 hours from where we live, I'd be there. And it's like I'm missing being there. Like, I can see it, I can see trying the different barbecue restaurants and the memories we've had from going there in the past. And so for those and we're getting texts from people listening this morning who are on their way there. By the way, Chuck, it's going to be a great weather game. I mean, there's a 20% chance of rain all day.
The rain's moved through. All the rain that was in Arkansas yesterday moved through here overnight. It rained hard here overnight, but it's moved through. I don't know that the sun's going to come out today, but it looks like for the most part the rain's over. And I was kind of worried about that for people because they were going to, there's nowhere to go in the Liberty Bowl. You either sit out in the rain or you leave. And that's kind of how it works. And so, but it does look like it's going to be all right. And I think a lot of people will make the day trip today.
Forecast has a high of 63. So that's about as good as
that's doable. It's been a lot worse.
Yeah, Brent and Cersei. Brent, good morning. It's Friday, December 27th, Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, I look at the Liberty Bowl as it's just like a Christmas present. The tree.
Say that again.
The Liberty Bowl is a Christmas present to Razorback fans. We don't know what we're going to get under the tree. We don't know what our team's going to look like. But I did like Christmas holidays. If you are a college football coach, don't ever number from your contract. Case in point, Courtney Crutchfield from Pine Bluff.
Yeah, that was.
What about him, Brent? What about him?
Big news over the weekend.
Yeah.
It just tells you don't ever delete a contact, Chuck, because he will come back eventually. He will come back. Anytime we can take somebody from that dreaded school up north that wears black and gold, it's a good thing.
I was having trouble hearing Brent.
He said anytime. Yeah. Did you? So Crutchfield coming to Arkansas from Pine Bluff, 4-star, went to Missouri, wide receiver, redshirted, and now he's coming to Arkansas with 4 years of eligibility left via the transfer portal. Brent makes the point: don't burn the bridge when a kid leaves, because as you've pointed out, Chuck, repeatedly, the one thing about this transfer portal that maybe is not talked about as much is the number of players going back to the areas they're from.
It happens repeatedly, and I'm not surprised by this. I can remember when Courtney Crutchfield committed to Missouri. I told a friend that you watch before it's over, he'll be back. And that happens a lot. It happens all over the country, and I'm anxious to see what he can do. I don't know Missouri's situation closely enough to say whether he got a chance or not. I mean, obviously he didn't crack the rotation to a great extent as a freshman, but let's see what he can do. He's coming back home, and they're excited to have him. I talked with Pittman a good bit yesterday. I don't think they're upset at all with where they are in terms of what they've gotten to replace what's gone. It sounds like there's another offensive lineman maybe they'd like to get, but I don't think they're unhappy with the state of things.
Well, let's find out how the fans feel. I want to hear from you today on the portal, and I don't want to be. Well, I don't mind being this person sometimes. I mean, it just is. We try to tell you the truth. We don't know everything. We don't. We try to educate ourselves, educate the listener, educate anybody who wants to be educated. Then anybody can make whatever opinion they want to make. But the sky falling narrative that just ran wild literally concerned me about our level of intelligence. I mean, I'm serious. I'm serious. Like, why do we do this as a culture and on social media? And we have a subconscious thought that we haven't even realized, like we haven't even worked through the thought. It's an immediate problem that people went into the transfer portal. That was the narrative. It's an immediate problem. The first reaction, the subconscious thought, it's like fire, hot. It's like literally the same thing. Leaving, bad. Leaving, bad. How many times did you hear, what's going on up there? What's going on? I mean, from people that you look at and you're like, I invited that person to my Christmas party. They're not an idiot. They're a friend. And then you're like, why are we doing this? Because the game isn't over. Like it's literally just started. And this game is not like a 4-quarter game. It's like 3 weeks. So we're not going to know for 3 weeks. I haven't seen anyone saying the sky is falling in like a week. And it makes you like take a step back and ask yourself, why were people going, why was anybody going crazy about this in the beginning? We got to take a break. Sorry, I've been wanting to say that for a week.
Here.
I mean, we said it when it was starting. I mean, can we just quit being so, lazy with our thoughts? 6:46. Good morning, Chuck and Bo Show. Merry Christmas.
When they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations, and I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off air. It's something to be aware of.
That.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
The Chuck and Bo Show. You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies, provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Scion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know what odd time is for you, but yeah, you got here before the show started.
Whatever. Hey, have you ever seen anyone that takes so much pride in being the first one here?
The big after Christmas sale is underway at Jelco Outdoors. Check out the huge savings under the porch and throughout the store. Save 50% off select work, hunting, and casual clothing by Harriott, Wrangler, Sitlock, Drake, Browning, Pursuit Gear, and more. Hurry in while the selection is at its best. Don't miss the big Jelco Outdoors 50% off after Christmas sale. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Open New Year's Day, 10 till 5.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I was 6 years old. We played with a legendary quarterback, Joe fucking Ferguson. 4-7. We sent him back to Austin.
I thought he went all the way.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was a check swing. I thought he went around.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Wow, we've only had a show again since August, end of August, and I feel like we've got a year's worth of memories.
A lifetime of memories already.
Oh, it's. I mean, it'd be hard to come up with top 10 moments that we've had doing the show together since August. I don't know if it's been great for anybody else, but I know I've laughed a lot.
I've enjoyed it so far.
I've had a great
so
time.
far. Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, we'll see how the the newness wears off, and we'll see how long it takes to get. Well, I think we're doing a good job of not spending any time together outside of the studio. That helps.
Well, we, we all spend a lot of, close quarters time together.
We do, and sometimes you need a little break. 877-377-6963. So we're back, and we want you to know we're back. It's random to come back from a holiday on a Friday, especially the week of Christmas. But
I like these one-day work weeks.
we got a bowl. We got a bowl game tonight.
Those are good.
This is a real work day for Chuck. I mean, he's going like an 18-hour day today.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap.
Maybe longer. Yeah.
I'll take a nap before the football.
Go down, look at the Ducks in the Peabody, get a little sleepy, go back to your room.
Let me just tell you, anybody that's been to the Peabody knows this, but I happened out of the elevator yesterday about, 10 till 5, and there's just a mass of people because they marched the Ducks back up at 5 o'clock.
Oh, gosh.
It's quite a scene. It really
yeah.
is.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I thought they were Arkansas fans. They had just arrived, and it's time for happy hour.
I saw the red carpet out there, and I wondered what was going on, and then I remembered it was duck time.
That is a festive environment at the Peabody.
It really is. It's one of the great hotel bars. It's a great Southern type hotel, and just sort of got that feel.
I'm missing being there.
Yeah.
I'm missing it.
Well, your son's here.
I know.
Let me tell you, he was the life of the party last night. Don't kid yourself.
He's having I'm getting the exuberance to be a text.
Yeah,
that's
debit
cool.
card's taking a beat.
I don't want to look right now. I'm trying to get through today. 877-377-6963. It's the Chuck and Bo Show, reacting to the state of the football program. Everyone freaked out at the beginning of the portal, and we tried to say at that time, look, the portal goes both ways. They're going to replace all these guys. Let's figure out how they did. We'll get into that next, the college football playoff. What do you think of round one? And we got a bowl game to talk about tonight. Starts at 6.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. So don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a Pascal heat and air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
We bring in players. They didn't grow up with a woo big shirt. They don't bleed hog red. They bleed money.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, A Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, A Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's A Cut Above, 719-5605.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, partial sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon into the low 60s. We will see cloudy skies tonight, mid to upper 40s. Partly sunny skies on Saturday with a slight chance of a few showers. Our high temperatures on Saturday in the low to mid 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Dumps it underneath. Golden shot blocked by Brazil.
Oof. Oof. Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo. Would you rather have Nick Saban himself just pick the entire playoff, or have like 13 people on a committee? I'm going with Saban, man. I'm going with Saban.
It's such a good. I love the idea.
Just put him in the room for an hour and say, sort it out.
Let him come out like the Pope.
Really?
Yeah, just let him come out.
White
smoke. Here's the announcement.
White smoke rising from his home.
I'm serious. That's what needs to happen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back
to save sports radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
All right, back in the saddle. New week, one-day week. Starts on Friday, ends on Friday.
That's like Frank Broyles used to say about his job at the foundation.
Yeah.
It's 11 to 1 with an hour for lunch.
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's what a Friday workday is.
That's
one work.
I like it though. Got a football game tonight. It's rained in Memphis. It's moved out. Hogs play at 6.
It's going to be fun.
I think it's.
I think it's going to be fun.
There are a good
I'm
number of
looking
people here. I don't know. The stadium seats 44,000 now with all the construction going on. And by the way, our broadcast booth is a suite, a 20-person suite that they've turned into a press box across the way.
Interesting.
So, so that's where we'll be tonight. Plenty of room, by the way. And so,
if we want to go, we can. We still got.
I mean, you can have a big, 40 people in there probably. But at any rate, I don't know how many people are gonna, whether or not it's going to be full. But I think there are going to be a lot of Arkansas fans, particularly those east of Little Rock, who are going to drive over today, go to the game, drive home tonight. And there may be some from our side of the state that do that. I don't know, but I'll bet you'll be able to hear them call the Hogs.
Well, look, Texas Tech's strength this year was offense, and they're down their starting quarterback and most likely their running back, which I've never seen this before.
And their top wide receiver.
So the running back I'm interested in, Chuck, because he made the trip, he's at the bowl game, and hasn't announced whether he's playing or not.
There's a difference between he's been at practice every day and he's been practicing every day. There's a difference there. And I don't know anyone here who believes he's going to play. Now, he may surprise everyone. They may be paying him a huge bowl bonus to play in this game tonight. I don't know. But when they've spoken of him, at least when they talked about him right after the end of the regular season, they spoke about him in past tense. And then all of a sudden it's, well, I don't know if he's going to play or not. And then it's, well, he's been at practice every day. And now he's in Memphis. But you don't find many 1,500-yard rushers that play in Liberty Bowls. You just don't when they're out of, when they are headed to the pros. So we'll see, but I think there's a real strong possibility that Texas Tech is without their starting quarterback, without their 1,500-yard rusher, and without their leading wide receiver. Arkansas didn't have a 1,500-yard rusher, but they got their starting quarterback. They've lost their top wide receiver, too, and that's why I've said all along I think having the starting quarterback will be the difference.
Terry's in Green Forest, 877-377-6963. Terry, good morning. December 27th, Liberty Bowl at 6 o'clock tonight. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yes, I just mainly had some comments about the transfer portal, and you've got players, that elect not to play in a bowl game because they want to get drafted and don't want to get injured, and I understand that. These colleges and universities, they give those players scholarships to play for their university. In my opinion, if they don't complete, they should have to pay back their scholarships to that university. I don't think it's right that they may have to do that. I'm not sure, but
no,
that's what their scholarship was for them to play.
We've long passed that.
I hear what you're saying.
I hear
what you're saying. Unfortunately, we've and it's unfortunate, but we've kind of lost in the shuffle the fact that these kids are still getting a debt-free college education. Ask a kid who's paying off loans or parents who are taking out second mortgages how important that is. It's a big, big deal, and we've lost sight of that, but that's because they've lost sight of that, just to be honest. I would say that, a lot of these kids, virtually all these kids, they're getting paid to play in these bowl games. And one of the things that I do think is important tonight, I'll just be very honest, is I think the team that gets off to the best start's probably the team that wins the game. Because, you know, a lot of these guys are being paid to be here. And they're going to get paid whether they win or lose, I think. And so you wonder who's going to, you know, pack it in if things don't go right early on. Just not sure. You know, we'll have to see how it goes tonight. But I don't think the scholarship and paying that back is it doesn't mean what it once did. And that's unfortunate, but I just think that's the reality.
We all played a part in this. We've all played a role.
Oh, we're all guilty. No question.
And, you know, the scholarship thing, it's like, it's such a basic level that we don't even consider value anymore when you're talking about going somewhere. It feels like in a lot of cases where that degree is, you know, in a corporate environment, if that's where you eventually want to end up, it's so valuable. And, you know, there's so many people that would love to go, just to put it in perspective, to a school they can't afford to go to. And it's not because they didn't have enough scholarships and they weren't smart enough and their ACT wasn't good enough. They could have all those things and still not really be able to go to a school you'd love to go to. But if you play football and you're good, you can go to that place and you can get that scholarship and you can set yourself up for life regardless of how much money you make as a football. Well, that's out the window. Like that, we are talking like we talk in NFL terms right now. Like that is the conversation is, you know, opportunity to play, how much I'm getting paid, what my future looks like from there as a football player, not as a human who has a very limited shelf life of playing football. So on the other side of that, I have a limited shelf life of playing football. I have to make as much money in this market as I can possibly make in my limited shelf life of playing football. That, in a nutshell, is where the college football world is now when it comes to decisions, where to play, when to play, and all that.
I don't blame the kids for taking advantage of the system. I don't blame them. You know, we all have certain things in, you know, our work systems, for lack of a better way to put it, that we kind of figure out how to maneuver through. And sometimes you work the system to your advantage. And people do that in life. And I don't blame the kids for doing this. Now there are some things down the road that we're going to have to step back and really think about because, you know, a professional athlete may make $1 million a year, or a professional athlete may make, say, $800,000 a year. You're making good money, but not great pro money. You got all your bills to pay. I mean, we've read the story of Brock Purdy having a roommate. Not that he was broke, but living on the coast ain't cheap. And so the point is these guys pay their own expenses. College athletes are getting paid and they have no expenses. Zero. Everything's paid. Their whole lives are paid for. Everything's paid for. And they get money on top of that. And they leave college debt-free. And it's a great time to be a college football player. I mean, never better. So these guys have a hell of a deal. And at some point, I do think if the guys are, if this is, you know, if paying a quarterback, for example, $1.5 million, $2 million, $3 million, if that's becoming the norm, you almost sound like a nerd when you talk about the importance of a college degree. Because when you're 19 years old and you're making $3 million a year, good luck convincing that kid the college degree is important. You're never going to be able to pull it off.
Yeah. I mean, I hope you said, as you said, there's never been a better time to be a college football player. My mind flashed to, I hope some of them will take advantage of it. Like the full
Some of them are.
advantage
Many of them
it.
are.
Right.
Many of them are.
And not be short-sighted with this is, I'm making so much money, it's always going to be this way. But understanding that this is finite and you're going to need more money when this is over. Like you're not set for life.
One of the
in most
things
cases.
that we love about pro sports is when a player makes it, when he, for example, buys his mom a house, you know, or buys his sister a car. A lot of these kids want to do the same thing. They want to build their mother a house. They want to buy their little sister a car. They want to pay for somebody to go to college. But they're not pros. They're not making $10 million a year. They're trying to live like they are. And some of them are trying to take care of people. And they don't have the money to take care of them. They just don't. They think they do, but they don't. And there are some of these players that are running through this stuff as fast as they can get it. And there are others that are taking full advantage of the opportunity, kind of like everything else.
Yeah, I wanted Chuck to buy me a car.
Well, we don't have, no, hell no. Well, we don't have, no,
That's right.
hell no.
Yeah.
That's Pittman earlier this week. No excuses for the bowl
That's
game.
a great.
Hey, you know who's got it?
Drop.
You know who's got it figured out?
Who?
Dion.
I think so.
I got to just say that I think Dion. Who knows what will happen from here? But what Dion has done so far, at least as a third-party observer from afar, it sure looks like he has figured out how to relate to and connect with a college football player in today's era. And look no further than his entire team playing in what many would say is a meaningless bowl game with two top 5 draft picks, projected draft picks, playing in a game that means nothing in terms of whether Colorado had a good season or not. Means nothing in terms of whether it will help their draft status. It could only hurt them. The only thing they have to do in this game, other than to sign up and finish their commitment and be with their team, the only thing that could happen in this game is negative. That's how any NFL agent would look at it. And they're still playing in the game. Now, Dion went out and got insurance. That's part of it. Went out and got insurance, and not everybody's the same on insurance, but what would it cost to cover Travis Hunter getting hurt in this game, Dion Sanders getting hurt in this game, and then here's all the other stuff. But that's part of it. You know, we look at it and we make calls and we say things like, these kids, they don't have any commitment anymore. Why don't they stick around and honor their time with the team and all that? Well, part of that is you got to figure it out. Like, as an organization, how are we going to be set up to deal with the craziness of the world we're in? And I'm not pointing negatively at Arkansas or anybody else. I'm pointing to one person. One. I'm not saying he's the only one. But one, Dion Sanders was appropriately positioned, uniquely positioned because of who he is, the situation he walked into at Colorado, being able to get whatever, not needing money, already being wealthy, not having to take a huge salary. A lot of factors. Walked into a situation that is kind of a unicorn, starting with him. But can we even duplicate this model that he has at Colorado? Can anybody? I don't know. But he has figured it out. And when I saw that story about him and all his players going to the bowl game, you got to give that guy a lot of credit.
Well, he knows how to get his kids to play. And they play for him. You know, they play for each other. And, you know, he, for all the blow and go with Dion, all this guy's done's win. All he's done's dominate winning. You know, you look at his college career, you look at his pro career, you look at what's happened as a coach. How many people were skeptical about Dion as a coach? It's like, are you kidding me?
Most of us.
Coach Dion, Coach Prime. You know, it'll be a good story, but he's not going to win. But here he is. And, you know, people, they were throwing dirt on the grave at the end of last year. I mean, he was done.
41 players in the transfer portal.
Yeah, 41. What we found out was he was getting rid of dead weight. You know, I mean, that's what happens a lot of times. Here's the hardest thing to do about the portal, in my opinion, is not gauging talent. It's not evaluating how good a player is. It's how good he is between the ears. That, to me, when I look at portal kids, when I look at the Arkansas kids that have gone into the portal, and I look at the players that are coming in, that's always my first question. Are you getting somebody else's problem? Because let me tell you something. Some of these kids that have left Arkansas, wherever they go, and Ole Miss is one of them. they're going to get the problems that come with them, and they're about to find out. There's a couple of them that they got a lot of baggage that comes with them, and all that's coming, and Kiffin's going to have to deal with all of it. So, to me, success or failure in the portal has a lot to do with these periphery issues, not necessarily how good the player is, but what's he bringing with him. And sometimes when a guy leaves, he's taken so much with him in terms of baggage that you really don't miss the player's ability on the field. You're just glad all the other stuff's gone. We got 2 or 3 like that.
We'll get to your thoughts coming up. 877-377-6963. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, the Fayetteville Auto Park, Flight by Yingling, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bart's Barbecue Advice, the Memphis Barbecue Snob. More from Bart later in the show. The barbecue advice he would give if going, many of you up early this morning, making the trek to Memphis. Where should you eat? I'm sure Bart will tell us at some point between now and 9. It's the Chuck and Bo Show at 7:18. Good morning.
You never know what just happened to him that day. He could have accidentally dialed up an ED hotline while trying to call one of his hookers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Just thinking, what is a Pirates' favorite college football team?
Say it, Bart.
Arkansas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The big after Christmas sale is underway at Jelco Outdoors. Check out the huge savings under the porch and throughout the store. Save 50% off select work, hunting, and casual clothing by Ariat, Wrangler, Sitlock, Drake, Browning, Pursuit Gear, and more. Hurry in while the selection is at its best. Don't miss the big Jelco Outdoors 50% off after Christmas sale. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Open New Year's Day, 10 till 5.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. For instance, TCU walked into the locker room at halftime in the 2016 Alamo Bowl, down 31-0. The Horned Frogs stormed into the second half and erased a 31-point deficit to force overtime, and eventually won it in the third overtime, 47-41.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Merry Christmas from Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw. Troy, hope you had a great Christmas. Someone's going to have a great New Year. You're giving away a four-wheel drive SUV.
Yes, definitely. We're excited. We did this this last year, had an amazing turnout, lots of people, lots of test drives. A lot of people came through, and we were just super stoked. Seeing somebody's eyes light up when they win a free vehicle. It's just awesome.
All you have to do is test drive a vehicle between now and December 31st, and be here when we draw the winner on the 31st. We'll tell you more about that coming up. Here's the big, I say bigger news, 15% off. You never hear that in the car business. 15% off all remaining 2024 Fords that are in stock.
Yes, a lot of Ford dealers out there right now are telling you, hey, we got $5,000 off, we got $8,000, we got 10, we got 11. Listen, don't listen to the hype. Come down here and see us. We are doing 15% off of all remaining 24 Fords.
Come and see us. You could win a four-wheel drive SUV from Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I want people to think about me when I'm gone. Who the kid?
Oh, well, now I think I know what was said there. Chuck thought Eddie said it, and then Mike Tyson really did.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, did you watch the Netflix Christmas games? NFL
I
games?
watched part of it.
Jeez.
I watched a few minutes of it. I watch the NBA on Christmas Day. I really do. They were
You were in the minority.
65 million people. I was reading where on Netflix, 65 million people watched at least 1 minute of one of the NFL games on Sunday. On Christmas Day.
I'm not sure. I've thought about these ratings quite a bit, and because people made a big deal about it. And, Netflix stepping into live sports is new. I thought they did a good job, and obviously I would expect nothing less from Netflix. The Jake, the Tyson Paul fight was they weren't ready for that volume of live streaming on one thing. But in terms of them and their production value and what they would do, I thought the games would be good. I'm interested in the idea of streaming on a platform like Netflix versus ABC, CBS, NBC, ESPN, and how these numbers impact what we're going to see in the future on streaming, and how much a game and those games were promoted, how they pop up on your screen, how you don't have to go look for them, all of that. How does it impact the numbers that we're seeing? Because when you see these numbers, it makes it sound like it's unbelievable. But the average viewer per NFL game, just an average game, is like 18, 19 million. So, we are talking about more eyeballs, but we're also talking about it being on a platform like Netflix, who has, I don't know how many subscribers now. I don't know what the latest, but it's the largest subscription-based streaming platform in the world. And I was going to say that I think the international appeal helps these numbers, but the numbers we're seeing are in the U.S. How many subscribers?
283 million.
283 million.
Worldwide.
And so, just to get into the weeds for a second, when you are a subscriber to something like Netflix could send you push notifications if you were signed. You're kind of part of a club. And so you're getting, when you click on the platform, it can come right up and show it to you. When YouTube TV subscribers understand this, like a game will pop up because, they know you like watching sports. But for Netflix, they could just make it part of what they do, whether you like sports or not. And so there it is. And now the NFL game that you didn't even know was going to play today, as you went to go watch a movie, is right there, and you might click on it.
Oh, I think it's a bonanza for the NFL. Even though when the Tyson Paul fight was going on, you never get a chance to make a first impression again. And the first impression for sports fans was these guys are terrible. Jerry Jones sat on there and told us about the potential for the partnership with Netflix with a microphone that didn't work. And so we just assumed that what he was saying was equally silly. But he was actually right on target. Netflix is here to stay in terms of the NFL. It was a overwhelming success for them on Christmas Day. And I was reading where I think on the Saturday where they had the NFL and the college football playoff, I think the estimation was on linear television that around 25 to 30 million people were watching football, between the two. And that's an astronomical number. But it's not 65 million. Mm-hmm. It's just not. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think it's going to be the primary distributor, but it's got its place, and I'll bet it's not going away.
Philip in Mountain Home, good morning. What's up, young man?
Good morning, y'all. I kind of had to sleep in today to mentally prepare myself for the upcoming game tonight.
Well, how was Christmas?
Good for you.
Yeah, how was Christmas?
Oh, it was good. We were gonna go shooting, but eventually it started raining.
Oh.
We had the SEC Yule log on, obviously.
Well, did you get what you wanted?
Yes, sir. I did.
So, new car. What was it?
No, sir. No.
What did you're 12, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what did 12-year-old Philip get for Christmas that he can share with us?
Let's see. I got a checkerboard.
Okay. Staple.
So I got a laptop to play with Caleb.
Okay. That's your brother, who also calls the show.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are going to game together on laptops?
We're gonna game together.
Okay.
And an Xbox controller. And Razorback club.
Sounds like you and Chuck got the same stuff.
Well, hey, he started small with the checkerboard, then he got into the good stuff.
We went to Best Buy in a hurry.
That's right.
We elevated. So, Philip, what do you think about the game tonight?
Okay, so Texas Tech does not have their quarterback and their star wide receiver. So they don't have Brandon Morton, and they don't have Josh Kelly, which I think is really going to hurt their offense. But they do have Taj Brooks, which is a projected first-round pick.
Well, we don't know if he's going to play. We're not really expecting him to play, but he could.
If he runs out on the field, his agent will be chasing after him. This is a first-round pick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
So, anyhow, they're going to be missing some of their best players on offense.
Yes. But we probably have it worse. From what I saw, we lost, like, dozens of players. Like, Tesla, Hawes, I'm starting...
Well, Tesla's here, but Andrew Armstrong's gone. Let's talk about that. And, Philip, thanks for the call. And I understand now why you get plenty of rest, because you've worked yourself into a frenzy about this game tonight and who Arkansas is going to have available, who Texas Tech's going to have available. Chuck, how do we handicap the game? I said earlier that Texas Tech's been great offensively. They're down at least two, probably three of their best players. Arkansas really didn't lose much on defense. They lost some production on offense, quite a bit of production, and at least based on who was starting. And the good news is Texas Tech's defense has given up 35 points or more 8 times this year.
Yeah. I think the question, for Arkansas offensively, Tesla's obviously going to be the guy that he looks to. Broden's going to play. Broden's one that he's familiar with. Pittman's talked, when I talked to him yesterday, Desmond James, who's a redshirt freshman out of North Carolina, hadn't caught a ball all year. Has played in about half the games on special teams. Said he's had a great camp. And I'm talking about, it's a brief bowl camp. I'm not saying this is like going through the entire month of August. But he's a guy who stood out. I think those three from a wide receiver standpoint, when they use the tight end, it's probably going to be off play action and boots. Kind of like, Postka caught a couple of touchdown passes at Mississippi State. I think they'll utilize him in that way. Braylon Russell and Rodney Hill are going to be your primary ball carriers. But I think this one goes squarely on number 10. I think it's on Taylon Green. The tackles are back up front, and that helps. The three guys in the middle, man, you just don't know what's going to happen. Blackstock was okay when he played this year. Edmondson's going to start. Didn't get a scholarship till the end of the regular season. Branham's going to start. Now, I think Branham's a keeper, but it's going to be his first start. So, yeah, I mean, you look at that offense right there, and there's a lot of question marks. But the starting quarterback's there, and he can run the ball. And I think about back when KJ was still hungry. You know, in this Liberty Bowl a couple of years ago, that game in Tampa. I mean, a lot of the things he did with his legs. And I suspect that kind of effort's going to be required from Taylon Green tonight.
Tech's a 1.5 favorite, for whatever that's worth, on a
Is Tech the favorite now, or is Arkansas the favorite
The last
now?
one I saw, they're a 1.5
It's going
favorite.
back and forth.
It's been basically like anybody.
It's a pick'em
It's
game.
wherever the money's coming in at this point, because it's a pick'em game. It's exactly right. 7:32. More of your thoughts coming up. Chuck and Bo Show, December 27th. It's Friday, in between Christmas and New Year's, and a Liberty Bowl game at 6 o'clock tonight.
Good morning, Hog Country. I travel with my work, so I'm on the road a lot. So you guys are on my station.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This holiday season, give a gift that sparkles brighter than ever. A diamond from Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, premier destination for diamonds in Northwest Arkansas. At Blakeman's, we don't just help you find the perfect diamond, we guide you through the journey, teaching you everything you need to know to make the most meaningful choice. Whether it's for a proposal under the mistletoe, or a holiday anniversary, or simply a way to say I love you. Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
There's nothing like a college football Saturday, a few beers, your phone, and Twitter.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Don't miss out on Ruskin and Zach.
Brent, what can we do for you today?
Which one is Zach and which one's the other one?
Other one?
I'm watching them.
That depends on what you want.
Are you
what you're
watching?
mad about.
Are you watching on TV?
Okay, ready? Wave.
Derek's the one waving.
No, that's
Weekdays from 2 to 7.
one of these days we'll figure all this out, but I don't know when that'll be.
Yeah, just start mashing buttons. What's this button do? What's this button do?
Only on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's
Have,
favorite
we don't
sports
have, no,
wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
No, hell no.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling.
No, hell no.
Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate, or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Hitting the road this summer? Do what truck drivers do. Bring plenty of 5-hour energy. You'll get the alert, energized feeling you need to get where you're going and do everything you want to do when you get there. It's small, light, and portable, like it was made for road trips. Just crack it open, knock it back, and keep both hands on the wheel. Because when it comes to road trips,
Are we there yet?
safety comes first. 5-hour energy. Energy on the go. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Do you need help with your next project? Metters Lumber True Value is here to help. A family-owned business since 1936, the staff has more than 90 years of experience in construction and the hardware business. If they don't have what you need, they know how to get it, and they are more than happy to accommodate your special order. So whether it's building a new deck, a paint project around the house, or needing a new set of tools, Metters Lumber True Value has everything you need. With locations in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville, and you can shop online at metterslumber.com. Metters Lumber True Value.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation.
The bottom line about all this is that the guys that are here want to be here. They practice extremely well, extremely hard. They're excited to be here. They should be. It's an AutoZone Liberty Bowl. But they got Arkansas across the front of them. I feel like they'll play extremely hard for the state and for the university.
25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, Ty Richardson for a cut above lawn and landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A cut above.
I tell you what, I'll be honest with you. I'm so excited to see some of these guys. But I'm so excited to
tree service, stump grinding.
I'm so excited to see some of these. I'm so excited to see some of these. I'm so excited to see some of these guys that we haven't
seen necessarily on Saturday. That the state of Arkansas, and to be honest with you, a lot of them, the ones that's popping on my mind right now are on offense, are from the state of Arkansas that we haven't seen. Kobe
Brandon, Brooks Edmondson, C.J. Brown, Maddox Lassiter. Those guys love the University of Arkansas. They love the state of Arkansas.
We have one commercial break in the hour. That is what we call, in the industry, a hard break. Meaning, in other words, it's going to fire.
Meaning it's not soft.
Yeah, whether it's not a soft break.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So much to get into. We just can't go any further without saying happy birthday to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy feels like he's been in the NFL for like a decade. He's 25 years old.
Jeez.
Gosh. He's 25. Oh, 877-377-6963. People are clamoring for Bart's barbecue advice. It's unbearable, Chuck, in here in studio. You're in Memphis.
Oh, this is Bart's day. I get to tell everyone about where to go in Memphis.
Oh.
He lives for this. That's why he put his good clothes on.
He's over here picking music to play. That's right. He is dressed. He is dressed to the athletic.
He knew it was going to be his day.
Oh, man. I don't know about that.
Look at his smile. He's beaming. I can't believe you're not there. I'll be honest. I thought you would literally put yourself ahead of the show to be in Memphis today.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Is that a little Mark Cohn playing in the background?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's big.
I'm stalling to get to this part. Yeah.
Beautifully done, too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I thought we had a lot longer to go, or I wouldn't have mentioned it. I was like, can we get to this already? Mike is in Goshen. We'll get to Bart's barbecue in a minute. Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Merry
Hey, Mike.
Christmas. Happy New Year coming up. Hope you enjoyed your week off.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Chuck,
Yes, sir.
I don't know what your schedule allows tonight broadcasting the game, but Texas Tech, the Chiefs got that number one seed in the bye. I would not be surprised if Patrick Mahomes is not at the game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
If you
It's
could
possible.
find out or pull your
I can find out. You want me to find out for you, Chuck?
Yeah, would you mind? Just call him. Call him and
give him
ask.
I'll just text him.
I'd be surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be surprised, but if he's there, we'll mention it. I'll make a deal with you.
Yeah, I'd be surprised too. If it was a bigger game, maybe so. But gosh, you forget. At least I don't really think about it very often. Patrick Mahomes played at Tech.
Yeah.
Against Arkansas.
He was, as is often the case with these guys, I mean, you could tell he was a pretty good player in college, but, you could tell Joe Montana was a pretty good player in college too, or Tom Brady was a pretty good player in college, but you never imagined they'd become what they have. And but yeah, he's a Red Raider alum.
Reached for comment moments ago, Patrick Mahomes, on whether he'd be at tonight's game.
No, hell no.
He's got other plans. I don't see that. I don't see Mahomes at the game. Although it could happen. I mean, he does regularly. These guys love going back and to their alma maters. Chuck, I wonder if we're going to lose that. Like 5 years from now, is that even going to be a thing with players coming out of school now?
Well, I think they'll come back, but they'll come back and see their friends, and we won't notice because we're not going to believe they're coming back to see us. They're not coming back for the love of the fans. They're coming back to see the friends that they made while they were there. I just think that they'll still be around, but we just won't give it as much mind as we normally would.
Before we get into Bart's barbecue, we'll do that next segment. You've been just for an hour and a half now wanting to talk about the college football playoff, and I don't know if I agree with you.
I mean, it's worn off now. I was gnawing at the bit an hour and a half ago.
Okay. We'll just skip it.
No, I think I just think there are too many teams. I'm not faulting the playoff committee for anything that happened the other night. I'm just saying that let's get real about this. There's never been and will never be a year where 12 teams have a legitimate chance of winning the national championship. It's never going to happen. At most, you're going to have 5 or 6. Pare this thing down to 8 teams. Seed the top 8, 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, so on and so forth. Let's play this thing out. But I just thought the first-round games, by and large, were unnecessary. This is not basketball. This is not basketball. You're not going to have a team that's going to get hot in the first round and win 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, well, I mean, none of those 64 teams don't have, or 68 teams don't have a chance to win a national championship in basketball either.
Fair enough. But football is a game of attrition. And I think about Texas the other night playing Clemson. Texas is better than Clemson. Their linemen were dropping like flies. They were getting hurt. They may not be able to play in the next game. I don't know. But I just think that I'm not going to say somebody didn't belong because the way the format was set up, I mean, they earned the right to be there. I'm not going to say the committee did a lousy job because they did the job within the parameters of the guidelines they were given. But let's stop trying to turn this into March Madness. Just because you've got a bracket doesn't mean you have madness. And I just thought what happened the first weekend was by and large predictable and unnecessary.
Unpredictable was Tennessee getting waxed by Ohio State.
That was the only part of it that was the least bit surprising. I was surprised by that.
Those Tennessee fans, I think, honestly, some of them spent their life savings to go to that game in Columbus. I mean, they were overpaying, buying up tickets. People extended themselves at Tennessee to go to Columbus. And one of the saddest, most joyful things that I've seen were their heads down walking out of that stadium. Because if you're an Arkansas fan, you're not really a Tennessee fan. I mean, you might have a divided house or something. But Tennessee used to be hated by Arkansas. I mean, don't forget the 98-99 stretch.
Oh, yeah.
And you see those Tennessee fans, I actually felt bad for them. They invaded Columbus and walked out like the biggest walk of shame out of the stadium while Ohio State fans had to kindly move into the aisle and let them get out of their seat and leave. And probably said a couple of things on the way out.
I was reminded again, I mean, as much as we like to think otherwise, we don't play the game. Fans don't play the game. And we can say, look how great we are when we take over somebody's stadium. But like you say, man, when you get beat the way they did, it is a true walk of shame.
That's bad. I mean, what do you say if you're Tennessee today? Like if you're Josh Heupel and your program and you're giving the state of your program, what are you saying today?
Well, and see, that's the thing. They had a great year. If, let's say that there were 8 teams. Tennessee goes to a bowl game. Their fans talk about how they've been robbed. They're mad. Josh Heupel's their hero. They're taking on the NCAA. Somebody's going to file a lawsuit. I mean, they're excited. They play this game. They get their butt kicked, and the world's coming to an end. Where are we? Oh my God, we're never going to compete for a national championship. That's why in retrospect, Tennessee would have been better off not being in the playoff.
All of the losing teams, round one. Indiana, nobody believes that story. Like, that was a good story. Now we won't even remember it as a good story.
That's exactly right. SMU, Indiana, they're going to be viewed as frauds, and they're not. They had great years, lots to be proud of, lots to be celebrated. They should bring those players back every 10 years. But they're not going to, in large part, because of the fact that the narrative has now become they never should have been there. Well, sure, they should have been there under the current format. Are they among the 12 best teams in the country? No, in my opinion, or the 8 best or whatever. But it doesn't mean they didn't have great seasons.
Are there too many teams in the college football playoff? I'll give you my take on that. The Chuck and Bo Show continues. It's 7:46. We're about 11 hours, a little less than 11 hours away from the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Arkansas playing Texas Tech in Memphis tonight. Back in a minute.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heated air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Good morning, Smack Daddy. What's happening?
What's up, Bald Brotherhood?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
You sure? Because I won a spelling bee in the 5th grade, and I don't think there's an S in comfort.
Yes, Skechers, we put the S in comfort. Like our hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear that's completely touchless. You just step in and go. There's no bending down and no tying your shoes. And they have Skechers Air Cool Memory Foam for incredible comfort. Because at Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Okay, well, I've got some Skechers slip-ins. Here, let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh, we told you.
See for yourself how Skechers put the S in comfort. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
If your performance is like it is blocking, if your performance is in our secondary is like it in your real life, they're going to call you in the office, shut you down, look you in the eye, and tell you two simple words. Hit the road, you're fired.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, Eddie.
Sit you down. I'm going to sit you down, Bo.
Yeah, I want to hear from Eddie today. I want to hear how Eddie's Christmas was, and I can't believe we haven't. I mean, is the hog train on its way to Memphis? 877-377-6963. I know, like the playoff, the opening round feels like it happened forever ago. We had Christmas, all that, but here's what I would say. I get the narrative about there being too many teams, and that's the feeling when you have non-competitive games in the first round. But also, if Alabama, we got a text here, if Alabama beats Oklahoma and they're in the playoff, what kind of reaction are we having today? What if South Carolina's in the playoff?
None of them belong in the playoff.
Well, hold on.
None of them.
I mean, belong is one way to look at it, but would we have more entertaining games if we had some of these fringe teams that are big-name programs that you think maybe you're going to have more competitive opening round games? Now, deserving and being the best team aren't necessarily the same thing. In fact, they're not the same thing. You can be deserving based on the criteria, but it doesn't mean you have the best chance once you get into the playoff or a better chance than a, quote, less deserving team. Like, do you really think Indiana had a better shot in the playoff than South Carolina, Ole Miss, or Alabama?
Not to win the national championship.
Or Arizona State.
Maybe to win their first game, but not to win the national championship.
Does Boise have a better chance than any of those three teams? I think we have the wrong teams in the playoff. I think that's part of the issue, which, by the way, I'll say this. I was at the Penn State game, and I'll say this. I didn't think SMU was overmatched when the game got away from them. I thought their quarterback just had the worst game of the year, and he did it in an environment with 106,000 loud and cold. And I don't know, I'm just going to say, it looked like he freaked out. Like he just didn't, like he just.
I kept waiting on them to get their legs underneath him, and it never happened.
They would drive, and then he would, I mean, you have 2 pick sixes in the first half.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate because I would have liked to have seen what would have happened in a more competitive game in the second half, which Penn State may have
really
rolled away.
They
are.
Really good.
They are. We'll see what this Boise matchup will be like. It's going to get interesting here in a couple of these games in the second round. Chuck and Bo Show, good morning.
Final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health,
Confidence and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
Insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Well, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
How was Saturday night for you after the game? What'd you do to celebrate?
The only remedy, I thought maybe get a few cold beers in there, maybe help it out a little bit.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, partial sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon into the low 60s. We will see cloudy skies tonight, mid to upper 40s. Partly sunny skies on Saturday with a slight chance of a few showers. Our high temperatures on Saturday in the low to mid 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Are you ready to build your company's dream team? Just like in sports, finding skilled players is essential for success. With Robert Half's winning combination of specialized recruiting professionals and award-winning AI, we'll help you find the MVPs and key role players who will have you hanging banners in the rafters. Because in business, it's all about having the experienced team on your side. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
You sure this is legal?
I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Are you tired of processed meat and flimsy sandwiches? Subchain's gotten your last nerve? Then I have the place for you. Come see my buddy Josefa at Lily's Sandwich Shop in the Bakery District in downtown Fort Smith. Locally sourced meat sliced daily and fresh breads from Harvest Moon Bakery. Daily specials announced on Facebook, including the Poke Bowl every Friday and Saturday. For to-go orders, call 479-567-3403.
My name is Lily. My Baba makes the best sandwiches at Lily's Sandwich Shop. Come by and see him at the Bakery District today.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
It's just sort of like a tie.
It's a tie game.
It just feels like
That's
a tie.
right. Kissing your sister.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that
Yeah,
because
let me
I'm
say
not
it
sure
for
it's
you.
allowed anymore.
I don't care.
I'm not talking about kissing your sister. I'm talking about talking about it. I'm not sure it's. I don't know.
What are you going to fire me?
Well,
you guys going to fire me?
I am no
Am
longer.
I going to be forced out? Am I going to be forced out because I said it's like kissing your sister?
I'm no longer the head of HR. We've hired Eddie from Clarksville.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Let me just say, as we begin the final hour, that you can put me down as a yes for the one-day work week. I mean, when this comes up in the future, how many days a week should we work? Yeah. Should we take the whole week off? Nah, let's work Friday. You know, let's come in Friday. I'm all for this.
Many people have figured this out since COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Fridays,
there's a lot of Fridays off now. Like some people, work, Monday through Thursday, sort of, and then, work from home on Friday, sort of.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Or it's a blue jeans day or something like that. But, hey, by the way, I want people who are thinking about coming to the Liberty Bowl, maybe have already made plans to come to the Liberty Bowl. It looks like it's going to be at least dry tonight. It's been really rainy. A lot of the rain that came through Arkansas yesterday came through Memphis. That's where I am. And it rained hard overnight, but it's moved out. They're saying by game time, no chance of rain, mid-50s. So it's been a lot worse here and other places close by in late December. So the Razorback fans really started hitting Memphis yesterday. And there's a pretty good number, more than you might imagine. And I think there'll be people – they make a day trip of it today.
Hogs not only playing in this bowl game, but managing the transfer portal, which is a day away, I believe, from being over in this portal period. The world was falling apart if you read social media or listened to a vast majority of media that cover the Razorbacks. The statements that were made echoed something to the effect of what's going on up there, what's happening, oh my gosh, there's just a freak out that happened. Well, people leave and they come in. And as the portal winds down, the Hogs have the 12th ranked portal class, according to 24/7 Sports. So players coming here, they rank 12th in the country on players they acquired. Just pause. I'm going to say it one more time. Of all the portal classes acquired by college football programs, Arkansas had the 12th best in the country. What's going on over there? What's wrong? So now we have more of the total results.
Well, I think the first thing that people think about when things like this happen is that it's a reflection or a commentary on the state of affairs and that they are jumping off a sinking ship. Sometimes you're shedding dead weight, and I'm not saying that's always the case, but a lot of times it is.
Did you get better? did you get better in the portal? The average player ranking coming in is 6 points higher than the average player leaving. That's the Arkansas portal class. By the way, Missouri receiver Courtney Crutchfield of Pine Bluff, 4-star when he came out of high school, 6 feet, 190 pounds, redshirted at Missouri this past season, is now a Razorback with 4 seasons of eligibility remaining. Arkansas landed the commitment of Charlotte transfer receiver Omega Blake. He's 6'2", 180 pounds. Ole Miss transfer offensive tackle Kavion Broussard signed with Arkansas, 6'6", 308 pounds. Had offers from Miami, Georgia Tech, among others. So Arkansas, we've told you about other players earlier. That's just kind of what happened over the holiday break. But that's what's happening with the Razorbacks, the portal class. And the Sky, they will have a program next year, Chuck. As it turns out, they'll have a roster. Now, this bowl game tonight's a little bit different. You're going to be seeing guys you haven't seen all year because, guys that left are not playing in this game. But Taylon Green is, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it up tonight.
Well, it's going to look different when Arkansas has the ball. That's the thing that people are going to notice. Taylon Green's obviously going to be there. You're right. But the receivers are going to be different. I mean, Tesla is going to be the primary guy, I would imagine. Broden's been up and down. They need him to have a good game. You're talking beyond that about guys like Monte Harrison and Desmond James and C.J. Brown. Bryce Stevens is still on the team. Remember him? He's the one that returned the punt for a touchdown when Petrino coached at Missouri State. He's still on the team. He's going to play. He'll be special teams too. But it's going to be different. There's no doubt. Up front, you're going to have at both guard spots and at the center spot. Blackstock's played some. He was started for about half the year. Edmondson and Branham not played as much. Your tackles are back, but no question offensively it's going to be different. But defensively, I'm not saying Quincy Rhodes is as good as Landon Jackson, but Quincy Rhodes is okay. I mean, Quincy Rhodes played a lot of football this year. At the other end spot, I know Davier left, and he's an Arkansas kid, but Junkosh started about half the games. I mean, Davier lost his job at times this year. So it's not like they've really lost a starter in Davier. They've lost a guy who started. There's a difference. Cameron Balls, he's a starter. He's right there. Kiwi Rose has started and played a lot of football. Now, depth-wise, it's a whole different deal after that. Jeff Rardon Collins played some. Saili and Henderson hadn't played a whole lot. But your linebackers are fine. Your secondary, all you've lost is T.J. Metcalf. He's a good player. But Miguel Mitchell's back from injury, and he'll start in place of T.J., and they'll go play. And, again, I think when you look at Texas Tech having lost their starting quarterback, their number one receiver, I don't know if their running back's going to actually play tonight or not. But you've got the potential there to have lost your 1,500-yard rusher, your leading wide receiver, and your starting quarterback. So who's really got it worse?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. What's the vibe? What is the vibe in Memphis today, Chuck?
This is one of those quick bowls because it's 2 days after Christmas. Very few people came until yesterday. It's really festive around, with the fans and stuff last night. And I'm sure it will be that way today. They had a lot of people. They have a big parade here. This is one of those old-time bowls. They still kind of, they did the parade down Beale Street. One of the television stations, the ABC affiliate in Memphis, actually shows the parade live, like an old Macy's Day parade.
Dang.
They had people lying in the streets. They had a big pep rally, and I think there were probably 500 to 1,000 of both fans there. So they had a lot of stuff going on yesterday. The team, the team practiced at a site, at high school, until yesterday. They did their walkthrough. Part of the reason you stay in big hotels is because you can take down the partitions and turn these grand ballrooms into basically indoor football fields. And so they did their walkthrough yesterday in the hotel. and as opposed to as opposed to going to a high school. So I think they're ready to go. It's quick, because 2 days ago it was Christmas. So it's quick for a lot of people, but I think it'll be fine.
The real pressing issue in going to Memphis, and as I hear you talk, I'm reminded of, like people say the most important thing about golf is who you play with. It's not the course you play, it's who you play with. And everything next to who you play with is secondary because it really impacts how you feel while you're playing.
That's right.
And it's the same thing when you go to an event like this. How's everybody there? Like, is the Peabody excited? Is the town excited to host this event? The parade, and then when you're there, you're kind of like, oh, this is, people are excited. There's a vibe to it. There's an energy to it that I'm sitting here today going, well, I kind of wish I was there. I'd like to be there tonight, but I'll watch the game on TV. Of course, only listen to Chuck on the broadcast. I'll have my AirPods in and I'll listen to Chuck as I'm watching what transpires, and then I'll realize that Chuck had the guy lined up on the left and he was on the right, and I'll text him.
That's right.
Get your crap
That's
together.
right.
Let's go. But
It's
what
the other right.
the really pressing thing about today is, as you're making the trek to Memphis, which many people are, it's going to be a day trip. What do you eat?
Yeah.
And
Where am I
barbecue
going?
snob Bart, who grew up in Memphis,
thinks the rendezvous for tourists.
he just openly scoffed at us about the rendezvous earlier.
Scoff is probably
the snob's eating guide to Memphis.
As
with
we're walking
Bart
in
Coleman.
Memphis, we go to the Situation Room, and Chuck just called it the snob's eating guide.
That's fine. That's
with
fine.
Bart.
Yeah. So if you're looking for barbecue, the barbecue shop on Madison is one of the
That's
places
the name
you
of
have
it,
to go.
or it's the barbecue shop?
It's called the Barbecue Shop,
And it's on Madison.
Yes, in Memphis.
The barbecue shop.
The barbecue shop. I would say that if you are a Memphis native, you have the barbecue shop in your top 3 or top 5 best barbecue spots in town.
Why? Why?
It's just really good. They do something that's unique with their pulled pork sandwiches. You can get it on Texas toast. I would recommend doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. Their
So
ribs
it's like
are
Sassy's.
incredible.
It's like Sassy's. They have
Do
barbecue.
they do the barbecue, the pulled pork with the slaw?
Cal
on top?
Live.
No, it's unique.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yes.
That's the Memphis barbecue sandwich.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Pulled
Yes.
pork, slaw on top. I like that a lot.
That's the
I
way
like
it's
that a
supposed
lot.
to be.
But the slaw's got to be right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and it is at the barbecue shop.
Man, they've got pasta, barbecue.
I don't want to hijack
barbecue
your section,
spaghetti.
Bart. Go ahead.
Barbecue
Yeah,
spaghetti
barbecue
at the
spaghetti. Look at
that's the home of that dish.
I'm on their website, Chuck.
If obviously you can't go wrong with Corky's. The original Corky's there on Poplar Avenue.
Okay.
Is a great place to go. Germantown Commissary, if you're staying out towards Germantown, is another one of the top barbecue spots to go. Those are all great places if you're looking to grab a bite to eat before the game, looking to do lunch, something like that. Gus's world famous fried chicken is there if you want something besides barbecue. Memphis Pizza Cafe, Huey's has some of the best cheeseburgers you'll ever have in your life.
Can you post this on social?
Yeah, I'd be
I'm
glad
surprised
to.
you haven't already.
I'd be glad to.
I mean, can you get that out? But before.
But there's nothing wrong with going to the rendezvous.
No.
The
If you want to go to Rendezvous,
Go to
Rendezvous.
Do it. Experience it.
Please do.
If
Please do.
all
It's
you're
a cool
going
place.
for is
It's a cool
but,
place.
Well, that's the deal. When you're traveling, you want something fun. It's
Right.
a bold day. You want something festive. You want a good atmosphere, energy.
That's right. That's right.
Do they have that at the barbecue shop? That's my question.
Yeah, Chuck's
Yes.
because Chuck's asking really for himself.
yeah.
Am I going to really put the effort?
Now, if
to
you're
go to this
looking,
place,
if
or-
Because I can walk across the street and go to the rendezvous.
if you're looking for like a true like meal, like you're going to eat and go straight to the game, there are a ton of great restaurants in the Cooper Young area, the Overton Square area. Those are very close to the Liberty Bowl. It's also a great place to go after the game. There are a lot of cool bars, and again, all those same
Say that again.
restaurants.
Say that part again. after the game or right before the game?
Or right before the game. The Cooper Young District, Overton Square, they're right next to each other, right on top of each other, and they're very close to the Liberty Bowl. Whereas Beale Street is a ways away. It's a pretty good drive. That's what a lot of people going to Memphis for the first time don't realize. The Liberty Bowl is nowhere near Beale Street. But Cooper Young, Overton Square, great bars, great restaurants, some really, really nice restaurants that you can go to right before or after the game and have yourself a good time.
Memphis insider Bart Pullman with us. It's
Absolutely.
8:16 on the Chuck
and Bart
Bell
only
Show.
goes to good places, so don't worry about him sending you to a place that's not suitable.
If it came out of his mouth, you can trust it.
Absolutely.
Here's what I would ask. If I were there, here's what I would want to know. Where is the hole in the wall or the barbecue shop that if you didn't get there at 9 o'clock this morning, they're going to be sold out by 1? Like, you might not going to get it. Is that in Memphis? Does it exist? Like, like on House of Cards, that barbecue spot that...
I mean, interstate barbecue maybe fits that bill. I mean, barbecue shop. I'm telling you, it's known that like you never hear about it because it's known mostly to Memphians. It's not a place that is like doesn't have the national brand of some of these other barbecue joints. I mean, look. It's really hard to go wrong finding good barbecue in Memphis. Is the bottom line.
Okay. All right. It's like having
the
a
slaw on the
New
pulled
York.
pork sandwich, though, that's a Memphis tradition that I am very much down with. Yeah.
How's Applebee's in Memphis? Is it same or different than?
Wouldn't recommend.
I feel like I stayed at a hotel on the way back from Tuscaloosa.
Come on.
And there was an Applebee's in the lobby. It was like a Hilton Garden Inn. It was like close to Beale Street.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And maybe it was a TGI Fridays.
Wouldn't recommend.
I don't know. I do recall maybe Vince Young over in the corner. 8:17. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Is your hot water heater letting you down? No one likes cold showers. We want to be able to count on our hot water. That's why Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric has an offer that comes with the peace of mind I value. Get this, for just $17.76, you can get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopascal.com and don't worry about hot water anymore. When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
State sales tax paid now through New Year's Day at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. You heard right. State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot, but only through New Year's Day. This will save you hundreds, likely even thousands, but only through New Year's Day. This deal does not apply to previously negotiated deals. State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot now through New Year's Day at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
A lot of times critics don't know what the hell they're talking about, and I don't think they know much what they're talking about on this one either.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
877-377-6963. It's 8:22. Bart doesn't have any locks for us. Zach Gillum's coming up at the bottom of the hour at 8:30. We'll talk about the action coming in this weekend. Let's talk about the situation. Bart?
Yeah.
No locks? Retired?
Well, no.
Running too close to 500?
I'm
suspending activity in the sports. The Bart
I was hinging my money this weekend on your picks
and saving it. He gave, like Chuck and I talked, and he was like, I felt really good about some games, but I wanted to save my money until I heard from Bart. And apparently he's been busy with his nieces and nephews because he hasn't gotten back to me.
You have not talked to your nieces and nephews yet about the art of handicapping games? That's your job as an uncle.
We did
teach them how to bet the money line.
We did
Bart.
introduce them to scratch offs this weekend or this week.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They got a little.
Dip their toe in the water. Hey kids, they're gonna have a little taste of one. Let's just see what the wine tastes like, and then let me teach you a little gambling.
Scratch offs are fun. You think scratch offs are fun? Wait till we get to the actual money line.
Yeah.
How'd that go, by the way? Were you able to pick the scratch offs? How did the stocking stuffer scratch offs turn out? Anybody win?
I think my dad, who was the one who got them all, I think he won his money back on his scratcher, and that was the only one that won.
Oh, well, that's a more joyous story than most.
Wow, that's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah. It sure is. It's magical. It's just magical. So, Bart, what happened with your playoff picks?
As it turns out, all the favorites rolled. Which is not something you typically see. We haven't had a 12-team playoff. I'm just talking about like the favorites just rolling like that. Like just in general.
Say that again, Chuck.
Is that why they call them favorites?
Yeah. Sure is.
No, hey, I admit, I thought Tennessee would win. I said that. So it's not like my record was perfect.
So Ohio State, I'm sorry, can I just throw a pin in real quick on Ohio State?
Sure. Please do.
Look, we underestimate situational moments like this in these games. Like, what did we think was going to happen at Ohio State? Did we think that they were going to come out as some fractured team and, with their dauber down and the fans just booing them off the field? And I didn't even really spend a lot of time thinking about it. But when you go back and think about it, Ryan Day had the perfect opportunity to rally the troops and play their best game of the year.
And that they
played like they were mad at the world from the opening kickoff.
1,000%. Now, can they keep doing that?
They
might win it all.
They're really good. When they play well, they're really good.
They might not.
We can talk about them losing to Michigan. But they're not playing Michigan, and everybody else they've beaten the brakes off of pretty much.
I mean, look, the last time they played Oregon, at Oregon, Ohio State had every chance to win that game and mismanaged the very end of it.
Bar, you look skeptical.
Well,
what are your thoughts?
I'm skeptical of Ryan Day's ability to win big games.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my God!
He's lost like one in
Don't
50.
be afraid to follow the national narrative now.
I'm not saying Ryan Day should be fired or anything. I'm just saying, like, when push comes to shove, I would expect Ohio State to fall short.
Let me ask you a question to go along with your.
Sure.
When does push come to shove? Yeah. Second round or after that?
That's another question. This question is. You just said Ryan Day basically is unfit in this big game. He's going against Dan Lanning. How many big games has Dan Lanning won? And I listen, I don't mean anything negative about either one of them. But when we look at Ryan Day, and this is what happens with all of us. We get filled with this information. And Ryan Day, somewhere over the last year or two, I don't know, has become like this punching bag. I'm like, what happened? Well, the guy's doing a great job at one of the premium programs in all of college football, one of the most storied programs. All he does is have his team in the playoff every year. All he does.
You know why? Because he's not good on the microphone. And that's when we get, as a general public, we like those coaches and sometimes give them credit for being better coaches. Because they're good on the microphone. And Day leaves a lot to be desired there, I think.
I think that's fair. I mean, he doesn't have that.
I'm not saying that's the whole reason.
Dion
I'm just saying that's part of it.
Well, I just think it's interesting. Like, we're all writing Ohio State off, and I don't care about – I'm not rooting for Ohio State. I don't care. Like, I just don't – I'm not subscribing to this idea that Ryan Day's overmatched, can't win a big game, and, Oregon's going to roll. They might. Oregon's really good. But I think you're more likely to see a really tight game like we saw the first time these two teams played each other.
With the exception of Arizona State and Boise State, respectfully, we're getting down to the point in this where you're talking about teams that could win the national championship. I mean, you can say that about Ohio State. You can say that about Oregon. It's going to be tougher for Georgia without their starting quarterback, but I wouldn't rule it out. So, Texas is a threat. I don't know that Texas is capable of winning the whole thing, but they're a threat. I don't think Arizona State and Boise State are.
We got a lot to get into moving forward, but Bart, real quick, finish off how your locks went. Where were you going before
I'm sorry.
Put it? I'm the one that hijacked it. I apologize.
None of SMU, Clemson, or Tennessee covered. As we found out, and I was on all three of those, so that was not good.
Is that 0 for 3?
Notre Dame, we had Notre Dame -7.
1 for 3.
And so
1 and 3. 1 for 4. Okay, so your overall record?
Overall record is 25-19.
Cool.
That'll get you fired a lot of places.
8:29. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We'll go to the sports book next.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about those...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes...
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Want to let your voice be heard?
Y'all get me going to work every morning, so I appreciate what you guys do.
Send us a voicemail on the Hit That Line app and speak your truth.
Cheering for the other SEC schools is like cheering for the devil because he's in the Bible.
I mean, I would need a six-pack and a catheter.
Leave us a message for ESPN Arkansas after every Razorback game with our Hit That Line Now app.
You guys are the best. I totally disagree.
Man, hey, them hoes can't do no wrong, fella.
ESPN Arkansas, more than just sports radio.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions, graduations, birthdays, Valentine's, baby showers, and more, including New Year's celebrations. Party supplies for 1 to 100, located in Fort Smith and Conway.
It's time to party. So come to the Party Place. Let's party.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
Get ready for your party at the Party Place.
Harry Douglas here, and if you're constantly on the go like I am, then earbuds are a priority. That's why you need Technique's new noise-canceling AZ80s. Like you, these buds work as hard as they play. You'll get Technique's legendary high-res audio, along with state-of-the-art noise cancellation, so you can stay in your zone. Visit us.techniques.com/sports to shop for AZ80s now. That's us.technics.com/sports.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I knew I had to show up because after Chuck does the game, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't feel like there's a world where Chuck is not showing up and also lets us know.
That's true. If I don't show up, you need to try to contact me because there's an issue.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, yeah. Chuck's in Memphis, though, now. He's calling a game tonight. It's 1 day live for the Chuck and Bo Show. It's Friday.
That's right.
Chuck's in Memphis.
I love it.
I'm in studio. It's going to be a day of barbecue and nap in the game, I think, for you, Chuck.
Well, that pretty much pegs it. Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right. Zach Gillum is the director of sports betting at Oaklawn Sports. Oaklawn Sports, new customers can earn $1,000 in bonus bets. Sign up today at Oaklawn Sports or download the app in the Google Play Store, the Apple Store. Zach, hope you had a wonderful holiday. We're in the middle of the holiday season. How's life at the Oaklawn Sportsbook today?
Hey, guys. Life's going great. Happy holidays. Hope you all had a wonderful time as well. We got to spend time with family and friends. And as you said, we still have the $1,000 in bonus bets for new customers. And over the holiday weekend, we also launched 10% profit boost. So something people have been asking for, some daily promotions, and that has officially gone live. And some examples of that is like what we have live today, 10% profit boost on any three-way parlay. We also have one for college football, for NBA, and for hockey, or for NHL specifically. So you have your options out there, and you can boost those up and have some fun with those parlays.
Hey, Zach, what's the deal with the Arkansas-Texas Tech line? I mean, it's kind of gone back and forth, about 1.5, 2.5, either way. It seems like there's been some fluctuation there.
It has been all over the place. In fact, I keep making notes because I feel like every week or every day almost that I check, that line has moved at some point. Just to refresh your memory, we opened that Arkansas -3.5 as the favorite. They did flip to the dog, then they went back to the favorite, and now they are back to the dog. So Texas Tech, as of today, game day, -1.5. They are the favorite in this game. And the action we're taking really has been kind of coming both ways depending on where that line is. Whichever team is the dog has kind of been bringing in the money for us. I
want to have some fun with this game, Zach. This is a prop bet game. I mean, if you're going to get into a game like this, you might as well just take flyers because this. And I kind of want to get your thoughts on the overall, a little bit broader idea of that being true of a lot of the postseason. Outside of the playoff, maybe including the playoff, but certainly these bowl games, who's playing, who's not playing. I mean, the roster movement, you're not going to see a roster move as big all year as you are in some of these bowl games. Let's start there, and then maybe we can get back to some prop bets. But how has that impacted the way people are betting games right now?
Unfortunately, it impacts by people not betting as much. As you said, it's just, the uncertainty. It's hard to really put your money up there when you don't know who's going to be playing. Now, as we've gotten closer to game time, we have a better idea that who's going to be going on the field. But even at that point, you're not sure how they're going to mesh. This might be the first game that some of these teams that half the team has played together in a true game environment. So it is different. It also affects the wagering menu. It's hard to post player props when they haven't really played together. The player maybe has not played a lot. So you're going to see fewer player props on the games where you have seen a lot of player movement, whether that's opting out or players out for injury. And then also the coaching factor. I know we've talked about that, but you have coaches that are either no longer with the team or have moved on or taken new positions. So there's a lot to look at there. And the college football playoff games, you're going to see more of a true menu like what we had for the regular season, so you'll see a lot of the props there. But for some of these other games, you might not. So to your point, you might have to dive in and look at some of the other options, whether it's team totals, the total for the game, touchdowns to be scored by the team, so things like that.
Yeah, as you're talking about that, Zach, I wonder about, when this is all done, when the season's done, the playoffs done, total handle. Will you do more in bowl season and playoff season now? Will it be a wash because people will bet, like you say, traditionally on the playoff and maybe not so much on the smaller games? How do you think all that's going to play out?
Yeah, no, that's an interesting question. That's one of the things I wish I could have been around or had sports betting here in Arkansas back in the BCS Bowl era just to have a different comparison to. But, the action's still coming in. The regular season was good. The playoff games, like I said, those really bring in quite a bit. I think the Arkansas game, it's going to get some action the closer we get to game time. The money will keep coming in. But, no, people keep their interest. The fun thing about this time of year is it's not just college football games. We get to where we have NFL games almost every day. We're in the heat of college basketball. We're about to get into the conference for that. So there's so much going on that there's a lot of different options for the sports enthusiasts and the wagerers out there.
All right, Zach Gillum, Oaklawn Sports. Let's talk prop bets for the game tonight. What are some interesting ones that you can share with us?
Yeah, so some of the fun ones out there right now people are diving into. We do have the total points posted, so that's for Arkansas and Texas Tech. Arkansas right now at 25.5. If you want to look at some of the other options, a safety to be scored, a yes on that is 13-1. Some people like to really take a swing at it, and you can wager on a team to score first and then win the game, which is going to boost you up a little bit. Now, you kind of need that coin flip and luck to go your way, maybe your team to either take the ball or get that defensive stand early. But Arkansas to score first and win, plus 210. If you think Arkansas is going to go out there and just roll and win both halves, that is plus 360. So those are some of the more team-type prop bets that are available out there. You also have some stuff, what we call races. Speaking of Oaklawn and racing today at 12:30, our first post. But
Nice.
we have races to points. So first to 15, first to 20, first to 25. So you could wager on a team who's going to get to this point total first. And then if you don't think either team will get there, you could wager on the tie.
That's fun. All right, what is we got any like Taylor Green top prop bets tonight?
Not right now. As we get closer to the game, you might see some of those posts, but right now there are no player props specific to the Arkansas game on the board.
Interesting, just with the dynamic of the rosters changing as we talked about a little bit. What's the playoff been like so far from a sportsbook perspective?
You know, it's been good. As we all know and as we've all been talking about, some of the games, obviously the lines have been large, so there's been a lot of discussion on that. But the good news is with the point spread, it can still be very interesting, even if the games are going to get blown out or, you don't think it's going to be a competitive game. And as we see, even going into the next round, there are still some pretty big favorites. I mean, Penn State posted as a 10-point favorite, and they are now an 11-point favorite against Boise State. Texas is a 13.5-point favorite. It's almost a 2-touchdown favorite this late in the season.
Gosh dang.
Ohio State, that's a game that has surprised a lot of people with the line. Oregon winning the first matchup, being number one in the country, but Ohio State's favorite in this game. They opened 1.5-point favorites. They are now 2.5-point favorites. And then in the Sugar Bowl with Notre Dame and Georgia, Georgia right now a 1.5-point favorite. And no surprise here in SEC country, the action has been coming more on Georgia there.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck, which one of those lines is most surprising to you? Texas minus 13.5, Ohio State minus 2.5, Penn State minus 11, or Georgia minus 1.5 without their quarterback Carson Beck?
Well, Georgia, quite honestly. I think that's the most significant thing that's happened so far is Georgia's lost their starting quarterback. I may be proven wrong, but I thought Notre Dame might be a field goal favorite there because of that.
Yeah, those are interesting lines.
Well, and to that point, Chuck, there were a few books that did open with Notre Dame as a 1-point favorite or even had the game as a pick-em and wanted to see where it was going to go. And just based on where that line went, the action, or at least the action that concerned them was going on Georgia. So this one is very interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because – when these lines fluctuate, like, for example, the line on the Liberty Bowl tonight, it's not because the line setter is like, oh, well, I think Arkansas is going to win now, or I think Texas Tech's going to win now, or Taj Brooks is not going to play now. You're responding to the money. You're responding to the way the money's what's moving the line.
Correct. It is typically going to be the money. Now, there can be some things, if at 2 o'clock today they announced Taylor Green's not going to play, that's going to affect.
Sure, but that's the exception.
Yes. Yeah. Correct. That is. I mean, to your point, that early line movement you're seeing is almost always going to be, some type of action that's coming in. And I've said before, it's always not necessarily large action. It could be who's making the wager that could be potentially moving things.
Oaklawn Sports, download the app if you don't have it. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. 10% profit boost live today. Any college, NBA, or NHL game. Zach, tell us what 10% means real quick.
Yeah, 10%. So what that means is once you add a qualifying parlay to your bet slip, you're going to see the reward populate. All you have to do is click on it, and you're going to see your boosted odds go. So if you had a plus 1,000 bet, you're going to see it 100 because you're going to get that 10% boost. So you'll see it effective right there on your bet slip, and if you win, it'll automatically go into your account, so it's very easy for you to use. All you have to do is create that qualifying parlay wager, and you'll see the reward offer on your bet slip. Just remember, you do need to be logged in to see those rewards.
Zach, we enjoy it, man. Thanks for hopping on with us. Happy New Year.
Absolutely. You have a happy New Year, too, and go Hogs.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you, Zach.
Zach Gillum, Director of Sports Wagering at Oaklawn and Oaklawn Sports. Director of Sports Betting at Oaklawn Sports, the app. You can download it in the Google Play Store, the Apple Store. And again, new customers can earn up to $1,000, Chuck, in bonus bets.
And I know that Bart's got Notre Dame by a whole lot.
He does. I mean,
a lot.
Well,
Notre Dame is
Notre
actually
Dame.
in a really good spot here.
Yes.
And there's another point that I would like to make that I will when we come back on the college football playoff. Because there's lots of things to discuss about it if you're a college football just fan in general, and how the rest of this plays out will leave a lot of us debating all summer about how it should be. 8:46 Liberty Bowls tonight. Chuck's in Memphis. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, have you ever had oat milk?
No.
Do you like squeeze milk out of an
Or
oat?
is it just milk over oats?
Yeah, that's what happens. How does that work?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This holiday season, make your moments unforgettable with a gift from Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. From brilliant diamonds to vibrant gemstones and timeless watches, Blakeman's has something for everyone on your list. Our team is here to guide you in finding the perfect piece, whether it's a token of love, appreciation, or holiday celebration. Visit us in Rogers and see why Blakeman's Fine Jewelry is Northwest Arkansas's go-to destination for gifts that shine.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heat and air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
For 5, 10, 15 seconds, stare it down and ask yourself, is this really a bracket that's going to determine the best team in college football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Harry Robinson Salisal Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
New season, new faces, new stories.
The anticipation is through the roof.
NFL Plus Premium gives you more access to the sport you love. Watch future NFL stars take the field and never miss a moment of live football action this season.
Feel that energy, baby!
With live out-of-market preseason games on mobile and TV, game replays, NFL Network, and more, all in one place. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. Subscription required for NFL Plus.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
It's National Absurdity Day.
I plan on celebrating.
Well, I think we already have.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm looking at these ribs, Chuck. These dry rub ribs from the Rendezvous.
I like a good dry rub rib.
Tweeted by the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. They've got a rack of ribs there, and I'm just like, dang. I like the dry rub rack of ribs.
I do too. I happen to love Memphis barbecue. I mean, I do. And I think it's the best barbecue out there, and I always have thought that. But I don't mind a dry rub rack from the Rendezvous.
Well, I miss you being in here. You're at the Liberty Bowl to call the game tonight. And, I just had Bart and Edward nearly came to blows like family at the holidays.
I'm fine. Bart's the one
What
who's
happened?
upset.
Well, Bart's visibly upset at Edward's take that Ashton Gente is the best running back in the country, and Notre Dame's running back, Bart, what name?
Jeremiah Love.
That's right. Jeremiah Love, Bart thinks is better. And I said, well, who's going to get drafted? And Bart said, well, Gente, but that doesn't mean he's better. And Edward just kept pushing buttons. And then Bart
I was just asking logical questions.
Said above normal noise level, he said, go ahead, Bart. What's the problem with Gente?
The problem with
Boise
Gente
running
is he
back.
hasn't
He's
played
never
a
played
good
anyone.
defense in his life.
None of them were
in his life, Chuck.
They played 1,
Ever?
2, 3,
Ever.
4,
Look, he's
5,
been
6,
frantically
7, 8.
researching
They
during the
played
break, too.
8. They played 8 defenses this year that were ranked 92nd or lower against the run.
You should read his stats.
What did he
against
do
the
in
number
8th
one
grade?
team again in the country?
What about that
The
defense
number
in
one
8th
seed in the
grade that they
playoffs.
went up?
Yeah, well, Chuck, I got to be honest. I have not been able to find the junior high research yet.
Anyhow, here's the point I wanted to make about the playoff, Chuck, because when this is the part that's going to be intriguing. How this thing finishes out based on the draw. We talked about this from day one, but now that we're seeing the draw live in real time, the fact that Texas might very well play an easier game in the second round than they had in the first game against Clemson. Penn State may be the same situation. I mean, who ends up...
All of a sudden, Penn State's road looks a little easier than it did at the beginning.
And Notre Dame. How about Penn State, Notre Dame playing for the right potentially to get into semifinals? I mean, the teams that we thought all year were the best in college football may not be standing at the end to play for a national championship.
Sometimes that happens. It happens in pro sports. Teams dominate the regular season and they can't quite get it done for, a variety of reasons. Sometimes things beyond their control when they get to the postseason.
Well, we did it, Chuck. We did a one-day work week.
Ooh, man,
Friday.
I'm bushed.
I am ready to enjoy the game and watch you call it. Listen to you call it tonight. Have a great call, man.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft brewery with roots